Hello, Satos. Did you know that learning a second language improves your brain and helps your mind stay sharp longer? There are many benefits of learning and using a second language. Some of them include improving your cognitive skills and English grammar, opening career options, having a more open and flexible mind, and even preventing Alzheimer's, among many others. Nowadays, knowing a second language is essential for the demands of a globalized world. Through our classes, you will understand cultural differences while you use the language as a whole. We would love for all of our students to take 4 years of any language and to experience the wonderful benefits of becoming bilingual or multilingual. At Los Altos High, we currently teach Latin, French, Spanish, and Mandarin.
Spanish is the second most popular and used language in the world and in the United States of America. Latin American countries are the most important trading partners for the United States. By learning Spanish, you will be opening your possibilities for a successful career, the pleasure of traveling, and learning about the culture, music, lifestyle of the Spanish world. Come and join our classes. We have a wide variety of levels and choices for everyone, from regular college prep classes to honors, AP, and heritage speaker levels. We can take you on a grammatical as well as a cultural adventure of your dreams. Learn with us a little bit about history, yourself, as well as the global communities. Come join us for a 4-year magical mystery tour.
I loved the class. I had Senora Hughes and she was awesome and really kind of inspired me to keep going.
I feel that Senora Hughes' instruction specifically has really buttressed my ability to speak and express myself with confidence and with just accuracy.
And so I did a lot of, I actually kind of worked on Spanish a little bit over the summer, and I ended up skipping Spanish 3 honors and going to AP.
I feel like in the two previous honors programs, she did a really good job of drilling us, and she did a really good job at making sure that we knew exactly how to use each part of the language, and it wasn't guesswork. She made us really reflect on what we were saying and how we were saying it, so that way it just came more naturally over time. There's really no downside into just going for it, so you shouldn't feel like embarrassed to go into it.
Salvete omnes! Did you know that Los Altos High offers Latin, the language that the ancient Romans spoke? The language that's the foundation for Spanish, French, Italian, Romanian, and others? It does! How cool! There are a bunch of good reasons to take Latin, but one of the best reasons? You don't have to speak it during class. We study Latin so that we can read ancient texts in the original language. So we focus on reading and writing Latin instead of speaking it. It's a great option if you struggle with speaking foreign languages. By year 3, you'll be reading works by Julius Caesar, a man whose military conquests changed the world and whose assassination is still famous. Plus, you get to learn tons about ancient Greek and Roman history, culture, and mythology. So come join us.
I decided to take Latin because just the fact that all of the Romance languages come from Latin, it's really interesting to be able to see where everything comes from, and also Ms. Grexock is amazing and really makes class fun. Ms. Grexock is really good. Well, I'm in Latin 1, so it's like an intro class, and she's really good about like simultaneously like holding your hand through it, but also making sure that you're like able to do things on your own. And yeah, really has put a lot of effort into designing these classes in a way that they're engaging. It wasn't just fun, but I was actually learning through it. I mean, I really just like being able to sit down with my group and work through Latin and just like working together to like just figure out these crazy things. It's really fun.
Mandarin is the most spoken language in the world with over 1.3 billion speakers. Knowing Mandarin allows you to communicate with 1/5 of the world population and opens up a unique window into one of the world's most ancient civilizations. China's long history and its splendid traditions in literature, arts, and cuisine make learning Chinese an exploration and adventure. Come join us and start your journey today.
My Chinese teacher, personally, she allows you to come into her class anytime you want. You can get help with anything. She's there for most of the time, before school, after school. Yeah, we play a lot of games, like especially in the earlier classes, and then towards the end, like, you get to Chinese 4 and AP, and there's not so many games, but you still do a lot of in-class practice. It's not as hard as it looks. People always think, it's got characters, so it's really difficult, but it's actually not. My favorite aspect of the class is that everybody, you've been with the people for 4 years, so you know what's going on, you know everybody. I think anybody can take Chinese. It just depends on how much work you're willing to put into like memorizing the characters and knowing all the tones and all that stuff. You can't sight read very easily because it's all characters, so you can't spell out something and kind of know what it says. When you do figure out what a character is, or when you do remember it, it's really rewarding.
French is the language of romance, fashion, and food, or should we say cuisine, that is spoken on 5 different continents around the world. Studying the multiple aspects of this language will open your appetite to the different flavor of the Francophone culture around the world and teach you how to speak one of the most beautiful languages in the world.
I really like Madame Safian. She's really sweet and like always there to help you with like emotional support, and like if you just want to come in at lunch and like ask questions. You really have to like stay on top of the work. Like if you don't, then you're gonna not really understand what's happening, and like it's just practice, like repeated practice, and otherwise you won't ever get better at it. In French too, it was like pretty chillax, just like an extension of French of like what I learned in middle school at Egan, and basically it was just like covering a lot of vocabulary and grammar, and then French 3 was a lot of like still more grammar and like vocabulary, and you learn that, but it also got into like reading textbooks and reading like texts. So like we read a novel in class, and it like got more into like the speaking to other people aspect of French. So like there's reading and like writing, but there's also like conversing. So you have to like understand when people are talking and talk to them as well. And then in AP, it got a lot more like, it was more focused on like test taking and like how to pass the AP test. It's really cool to like be able to have this skill that not a lot of other people have.
All students that complete 4 years of a world language at Los Altos High and who pass the English CASP test will be awarded with a seal of biliteracy on their graduation diploma given by the state of California. Come and join us for 4 wonderful years that will great skills for the rest of your life.